The Imitation of Christ, Book 1, chapters 15 through 17. Book 1, chapter 15, on works done from the motive of charity. Never is evil to be done for any worldly gain, nor for the love of any human being. But there are times when a good deed may be deferred for the benefit of one who is in need, or it can be changed to a better deed. In that way, the good plan is not undone, but rather is transformed into something better. Without charity, the outward deed is worthless. But whatever is done out of charity, no matter how small and insignificant, is profitable in the eyes of God, who looks not so much at what we do as to the love with which we do it. Those who love God much do much, and those do a deed well who perform it for the common good and not to please themselves. Often what appears to be charity is really done for carnal motives or self-love, with the hope of a reward or some personal advantage seldom being absent. True charity is not self-seeking, but goes all the way for the honor and glory of God. Those who are charitable envy no one, nor do they seek their own pleasure, but desire above all things to find their joy in God. How well they know that no good begins in humans, and so they refer all to God, from whom all things come, and in whom all the saints find their eternal blessedness. If we only had a spark of real charity, we would know in our souls that all earthly things are vain. Book 1, chapter 16, on bearing with the defects of others. There will always be defects in ourselves or others which we cannot correct. These we must simply tolerate until God in His goodness sees fit to change things. After all, this may be the best possible way to prove our patience, without which our good qualities are not worth much. Nevertheless, you must pray earnestly that God in His mercy will help you to bear these impediments with patience. If once or twice you have warned someone, and that person does not comply, do not contend further with such a one, but leave all in the hands of God, that His will be done, and that He be glorified in all His servants. For He knows well how to turn evil into good. Learn how to be patient in enduring the faults of others, remembering that you yourself have many which others have to put up with. If you cannot make yourself be what you would like, how can you expect another to be as you would like? We wish to see perfection in others, but do not correct our own faults. We want to have others strictly reprimanded for their offenses, but we will not be reprimanded ourselves. We are inclined to think the other person has too much liberty, but we ourselves will not put up with any restraint. There must be rules for everyone else, but we must be given free rein. It is seldom that we consider our neighbor equally with ourselves. If everyone was perfect, what would we have to endure for the love of God? God wills us to learn to bear one another's burdens. No one is without faults, no one without a cross, no one self-sufficient, and no one wise enough all alone. Therefore, we must support, comfort, and assist one another, instructing and admonishing one another in all charity. Adversity is the best test of virtue. The occasions of sin do not weaken anyone. On the contrary, they show that person's true worth. Book 1, chapter 17, on the religious life. If you want to get along with others, it is necessary to curb your own will in many things. It is not easy to live in a monastery or a congregation and to remain there without complaint or reproof and to persevere in your vocation. If you wish to remain steadfast in grace and to grow in virtue, consider yourself an exile and a pilgrim in this world. You must rejoice to be considered a fool and a contemptuous person for the love of God. Receiving the habit and the tonsure is but little help. It is the reforming of your life and the dying to self-love that makes the true religious. If you seek anything in religious life other than God and the good of your soul, you will find in nothing but trouble and grief, and you will not persevere there in peace unless you strive to be the least and be subject to all. It is good, therefore, to often remember that you entered religious life to serve and not to be served, and that you are called to suffer and to work, not to waste your time in idleness and gossip. In religious life, you are meant to be tried as gold in a furnace, and you will not last long unless with all your heart you are ready to humble yourself for the love of God.